I just want to paint a picture for you and take you to a scene about a year ago now, and it was a Sunday in Chicago, and I was invited to be a speaker at the March for Life downtown Chicago. And I got to the speech a little bit early and nobody was there, and I was kind of looking around, and all I saw were a small gaggle of pro-abortion protesters. And they looked quite pathetic, actually. There were not very many of them. They looked angry. They had signs that were quite ugly, and I won't repeat the phrases that were on the signs, and it was quite a pathetic sight. But I was observing them, and I was kind of waiting for the event to happen. And then I heard something. I started to hear music, and it was a really good sound. And I heard the music, and the music grew, and it became more dynamic and louder and louder and louder and more exciting. And then thousands of pro-lifers came around the corner. And it was a sight to behold. These were young people. They had balloons. They had yellow and white balloons. They had beautiful posters of little babies. And there was a joy to them. And I looked at the contrast between these two images. You've got young, dynamic, vibrant, and joyful, and pathetic on the other side. And I thought to myself, if I needed any convincing, I don't. I'm convinced by the witness of these people. I choose to be with the joyful people. And so now where are we in history? We're 43 years into this. We're 43 years into the scandal of Roe versus Wade. And yet we were told, the country was told in 1973 when this decision came down, that this is all settled, that this is all done, and that there's nothing more to be done about it. And it's Supreme Court. And those of you who are opponents, you need to get over your opposition and just move along, thank you. But there was something that was unsettling, not just about the jurisprudence, but about the underlying moral claim upon which Roe versus Wade was built. And that was, it was built on a lie. And the lie was that there is nothing significant in a mother's womb when she's pregnant. And that, of course, is not just a lie, it's an absurdity. And so what's happened over the past 43 years? Science is our friend. The more people come to understand, even non-scientific people, they see the ultrasounds. You've heard testimony from people, and they say, that's a life. That's a baby. That's a person. That's a boy. That's a girl. And that is worthy of me defending that little child. And so the scandal of the Planned Parenthood videos are actually a seminal moment, I think, in this great debate that's underway. Because what you've noticed is there's not very many people that were defending the Planned Parenthood videos. Even people that purport to be pro-choice basically said, whoa, I didn't sign up for that. But yet that is exactly what abortion is. The Planned Parenthood videos took the mask off of the scandal of abortion and said, when you dehumanize, when you say something doesn't matter, then you can do anything you want to it. And that's the scandal of the Planned Parenthood videos. And so what is happening now, there's a growing recognition among Americans, many of whom probably haven't thought much about this question for a long, long time. But now the provocative nature of those videos forces them to. And the forcing of having to deal with this and reconciling their own understanding of science, their own deep feelings, their humanity, with the recognition of what is the nature of this thing that is going on, they say, you know what? I think I'm leaning toward the pro-life side. And we clearly see this in the data. Younger voters, much more pro-life. And why is that? They recognize the truth of the science, and they understand the nature of the humanity, and they understand spiritually, actually, what's going on. So I was sent to Congress by a lot of pro-life people. I was sent to Congress by pro-life people that placed their confidence in me. And I'm here to thank them and to bear witness and to encourage them as they go out for the March for Life in Chicago or the March for Life in Washington or the March for Life anywhere. I say thanks be to God for these people who have been faithful and true regardless of what the world has said about them. And history will exonerate the pro-life movement. So, Mr. Smith, I thank you for your time and your faithfulness, and I yield back.